Tonight, new details in a deadly shooting in Franklin County. State police have now identified the subject and filed charges. Plus, we're seeing multiple hit and run incidents across the area. What's going on there? And later, we're all over the county this weekend. I'll show you a quick look at that and what's coming next. This is Franklin County Life. We begin tonight with new details in a deadly shooting in Franklin County. According to Pennsylvania State Police, troopers were called Friday to the 800 block of Lincoln Way West in Hamilton Township for a report of a suspicious person. While they were responding, a second call came in reporting a man firing shots. When troopers arrived, they found a 44-year-old man who had died from multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators have identified 28-year-old Sage Morrison of Chambersburg as the suspect. Police say Morrison knew the victim and the shooting appears to have been an isolated incident. He is now facing charges including first-degree murder and stalking and is currently being held without bail at Franklin County Prison. The investigation remains ongoing. We'll continue to follow that story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. Now turning to other news around the county. One thing we're keeping an eye on right now, there have been multiple hit and run and vehicle damage incidents reported across the area over the past few weeks. Recent reports include incidents on Orchard Drive, Norland Avenue near Target, and other locations where vehicles were struck and then the driver left the scene without providing information. While there hasn't been an official statement about the trend, it's something that's starting to show up more frequently in local reports. If you've seen anything or have any information on any of these incidents, you're encouraged to contact local police. It was also a busy weekend for first responders across Franklin County. In Washington Township, crews responded to a serious accident involving entrapment with multiple units on scene and several people evacuated. There was also a pedestrian accident involving an electric scooter. Initial reports indicated the individual was unconscious, but later updates say they were awake when crews arrived. And across the county, multiple vehicle accidents were reported throughout the weekend. So definitely a busy couple of days for emergency crews. And we've got some video from that fire on Vinell Lane mentioned Friday. Crews responded to the scene, and while details are still limited, you can see the response here. We'll let you know if any additional details are released on that. Special thanks to the Franklin Fire Company providing this clip and the story. Thank you for what you do. A link to the full video will be down below. In Chambersburg, police are investigating a disorderly conduct on Wilson Avenue. Officers say several individuals were throwing items like syrup, toilet paper, and marshmallows at a vehicle. The incident is believed to be connected to Senior Week activities, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward. And a quick reminder, today is the last day to register to vote in Pennsylvania's upcoming primary election. According to Pennsylvania Department of State, you have until 11:59 tonight to register or update your information online. Election Day is set for May 19th. In local government, there's no Chambersburg Borough Council meeting this week, but multiple construction and infrastructure projects are continuing across town. At 5 p.m., the Zoning Hearing Board will discuss a garage request on Pennsylvania Avenue and a proposed adult daycare on Hamilton Road. Then at 7, the Planning and Zoning Commission will review a subdivision request and updates to the county's development code. And in a quick check of local sports, Shippensburg boys soccer team picked up a 3-0 varsity win over Susquehanna Township, with the JV team winning 5-0. And at the Stan Morgan Invitational, several athletes athletes turned in strong performances, including top finishes in discus, hurdles, and shot put. Congratulations. And today is International Firefighters Day, a moment to recognize the men and women who respond to emergencies happening across our communities. So we just want to take a moment to say thank you to all our local fire departments for what they do. Absolutely. Thank you. And before we wrap up, we were all over Franklin County this weekend. There's a lot more from that we didn't even show here. So we've got a full video coming from everything we saw. If you were out at any of these events, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear where you were. That's going to do it for today's Franklin County Life. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you tomorrow.